And good morning, and welcome to Tadpoll for a Thursday morning. We have a lot of things to talk about this morning. We're going to be discussing, of course, the coronavirus and the COVID-19. We'll be talking to Angie Wells from the Phillipsburg Chamber of Commerce and also Main Street about some of the things going on there. Tara Overmiller is going to join us from the Phillips County Health System. She is a COVID-19 Task Force Information Officer. And she'll have a third guest this morning, Shirley Van Loon, the Physical Therapy Department, and also Margie Nielsen, the Certified Lymphoma Therapist. And then we'll talk with Pete Rogers, Phillips County Health Officer. Interesting to see what he has to say. The governor is expected tonight at 6:30 to come on and tell about whether she's going to lift the stay-at-home order that ends on Sunday. So we'll be looking at all of that coming up this morning on the Tadpoll. But first, we're going to go to Angie Wells. Good morning, Angie. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? I am great.
I'm just fine.
Good.
I can't share virtual coffee with you because I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm going to be drinking tea. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes, you can drink tea, you can drink hot chocolate, you can drink vodka, you can drink whatever you want this morning. So as long as we drink something together, I don't care. So
okay, fine.
That would be fine.
Okay, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, okay, so you get the State Line Shopper, right?
Yes, I sure do.
Everybody should get the State Line Shopper. And, Ken Rogers puts that out, him and his wife Lori. And Tammy made up these bingo cards that is on the front page of last week's, of Monday's State Line Shopper. And so you can play the bingo, and it tells you you can win state. So
wow.
If you, like the Phillips County one, the bingo cards, first place is a $26 gas card. Second is a day trip cooler, approximately $100 value. And then third place is a portable charger with case, a $50 value. And some of these I may be kind of hard to figure out, but we're trying to do the honor system. And if you have it, then you can just kind of tell us, that you have it there or whatever. I mean, we're not going to turn anybody away. We're not, because right now we need all the happiness and all the things that we can do as a community and just as people to keep us happy and busy. And so that's the main reason why Tammy made these bingo things and why we are promoting them. On the Phillipsburg Chamber and Main Street one, first place is $150 in chamber bucks, and that means you get to send them in chamber members that are chamber members, and we have over 130 chamber members is what we have here in Phillipsburg. And so you can spend them, on gas, you can spend them on food, you can spend them on, if you need to go out to eat, you can spend them on clothes. I mean, we have a lot of different variety of chamber members where you can go spend them. You can even spend them on a bill. Did you know that, class? If you come in and you write them for, you say, Angie, I need $40 in chamber bucks. Okay, if that person needs to go to the city of Phillipsburg and pay their water bill, they can do that.
Okay.
They can do that. So, if mom comes in and gives you a good gift and you say, hey, man, I don't have any money for my water bill, well, there you go.
Okay.
Mom helping you for your water bill.
That's great.
So, yeah, and then second place, $100 in chamber bucks. Third place, $50 in chamber bucks. And so, just read that on the State Line Shopper. It will be in each week in the State Line Shopper on different pages.
Okay,
so
that's great.
It will not be on the front page probably, but it might be somewhere in the State Line Shopper.
And you can see it right now on the screen. Yeah. And that's what it looks like. Look for that in the State Line Shopper, right?
Yes. Yep, that's what you look for. Yep.
Okay.
It was pretty fun. And not all businesses understand that, but we just took some and we're just playing, and then we're probably, after all this is done, we're going to come up with something else. So, if you're not on there, it didn't cost your businesses to do this with us. It's just something fun that we are doing, and so hopefully we'll have something else in the future.
Always something going on, even though we can't do a lot. You're always looking for things, right?
Well, trying. I'm kind of a Facebook stalker and trying to figure out what other chambers and stuff are doing and how we can incorporate it here. And I have been working on I'm really sad because we didn't get to have the Easter egg hunt.
Sure.
But
Right.
I'm planning on, once we get everything figured out, an egg hunt on the courthouse square, then the bags the Easter bags that we have, I'm kind of making them up just in case we can have something. And so they're going to be ready to go. And then we didn't get to have Girls Night Out last Friday, but we are going to have some kind of shopping thing. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but something for people to shop. And
Sure.
Just really excited about what's to come.
Okay.
Because I know it's going to be positive, and we need that positivity, and we need that togetherness. We need a hug, don't we,
Sure,
Dad?
sure. Yeah. I'm missing my hugs. I mean,
I know it. Me too.
Okay. So,
The other thing I wanted to talk about was I talked to some of the businesses and asked them how they were going to try to go back to normal. Well, I don't think we're going to have a new normal. No, we're not going to have a normal. We're going to have a new normal.
Right.
And it's going to be a little bit different. But, you said the governor's going to come on and she's going to talk. And we're not really planning on just opening the doors and having people rush in, just depending on what the governor says.
Sure.
Everyone still wants to stay safe. They want to follow the rules. They want, people still to shop here in Phillipsburg. And we have a lot of businesses that have adjusted to doing it curbside, to, just helping the people that way. And I am so very proud of them because, if we would have closed everything, that would have just been traumatic.
Sure.
I mean, I think.
Sure.
But they had made adjustments in keeping their staff, on and doing things like that. So we live in a very, very good community that that kind of stuff is happening. We haven't had we've had that one case here in Phillipsburg, knock on wood, that we won't have any more. But, we've been very fortunate that people are following the rules. They are doing what they're supposed to. So if we can just keep doing that stuff for another month or so, until it gets hot, they say heat kind of is going to warn off this virus a little bit. So if we can just kind of wait it out just a little bit longer and not take those road trips, I think that will help a lot of people. Don't
Sure.
you?
Are we still there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Don't you think that will help, Tad?
Yeah, oh yeah, very much. I've said this I don't know how many times. Just assume that you got it or everyone else has it until we get all clear on this. And it's going to be a procedure that's going to have to be followed so it doesn't happen again. That's what everyone's talking about now. Maybe this fall. So we'll just have to, do what they want us to do. And I know it's tough. And to staying away, and the other way, keeping away from those hugs and the family. But that's we've just got to kind of follow the rules. And Pete will be talking about more of that, I think, a little later on in the show this morning about what's going to be happening.
I tell you, I told Pete yesterday. I said I don't want things to go back to 100% normal, maybe 80-85% normal. But I said, I love seeing on our street the bike riders.
Sure.
We see the families walking the dog and the baby in the stroller. And, we see that kind of stuff. I mean, we see that the families that are getting to sit at the table and talking again and life not being so busy. And I think that's what we need.
Sure.
We're just too busy, and we need that time to regroup and be a family.
I spend a lot of time, sitting on the front porch watching people walk by. A lot of people walk by.
Yeah.
And people drive by. I see you drive by every once in a while. Get away from me,
Yeah, I do. But I just love that. I mean, I just, the bear hunts and different things, that our community is doing. And we're just all kind of working together, and it's just so nice. And I would love to see that continue, I don't know about you, but I've been on Zoom meetings, and it's like, wow, if we can do that instead of having to go somewhere, which is, I miss the face-to-face. I do miss the face-to-face, but I could handle, like, say, every other meeting, doing the Zoom meeting and doing that kind of stuff, because I'm a multitasker, and I could be on the computer Zooming, but I'm doing something else also. So, and I don't like to do that during meetings because I think that's rude. But, just little things like that,
Sure.
I think make a big difference.
I did a Zoom the other night. Rich Epp had me on for an hour on his outdoor sports program for an hour. I Zoomed and that was fun. And he wanted to talk me about my career and everything. It was really fun. We got a full hour out of it.
Wow!
Congratulations! Yep, thank you. Well, it was kind of neat. I appreciate it. I've known Rich for a long time, and we kind of got together. And he wants to do something state track. They're trying to tear down Cecil Stadium. I don't know what we're going to do with the state track thing. Because we won't have any state track this year, of course. But I hear they're going to maybe build a much smaller stadium there. I sure hope so, because there's nothing. One of my favorite things is the state track. We got all six divisions there and everything, boys and girls. It really was great. Well, I want to congratulate. See, your daughter made honorable mention on all-area basketball too.
She did. I'm very, very proud of Kristen and Emily and Austin and Taryn and Ty. They all worked so hard, and then Coach Miller got Coach of the Year, and so it just. We had a heck of a season, and it was just great. And poor Kristen, she missed a couple of games because she was sick and everything, but she still, got that honorable mention. So I'm very, very proud of her and her accomplishments this year. She is a senior, and so that has been a hard thing that we've been going through. But all three, I have 4 children, and 3 of them are graduating here in May.
Wow,
so
3, wow.
Different. Yeah, 2 from college and then Kristen from high school.
Wow.
And it's kind of put a damper on doing things a little bit. But we're assessing, Colby, he's graduating from Beloit in CK Tech as a diesel mechanic, and he's like, I'm fine. He goes, this is fine. We need to concentrate on Kristen because high school graduation, we've already walked across the stage, and we need to figure out that. So I'm really super glad that the high school, Mr. Gower's working on that in the school board on June 7th, and so that they got a plan. It may be virtual, but that's okay. At least it's going to happen. So I'm really excited about that. And then Cassie's graduating as an LPN through Colby Community College, and so we're really, really proud of her. She's not getting her penny or anything. They sent it in the mail. But just super proud of my kiddos right now. And Caitlin, she does daycare, and she's happy to work through all this and all the craziness and stuff because daycare's had to stay open, and it's just really stressful for her, but she's handling it very well. I'm very proud of all my kiddos.
All right, Glenn.
That's my mommy still. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate you talking to us. I'm going to have Mike Gower on Monday morning and talk about what's happening for the school district and everything, both Louisville and Phillipsburg. So, again, that's another hug you owe me. And we're going, we got to get to the hospital now and talk to the folks there, but anything else real quick? Would we cover about this?
I think I've talked long enough, so I think it's good.
Well, you have a good day, and I won't have coffee this morning, but when I'm through, I'll have either a hot chocolate or a hot cup of tea. Okay.
That sounds great. All right.
Thank you, Angie.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Your dreams have been our dreams since 1884 when we first opened our doors. This is Lloyd Culbertson for First National Bank and Trust. It's a place filled with friends and neighbors who want nothing more than seeing you happy and better off. First National Bank and Trust in Phillipsburg, Logan, and Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, Solomon Valley Bank, Beloit. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Rogers & Associates Insurance, we serve the Midwest. We offer home, auto, commercial, and farm insurance policies and provide solid options for life and health insurance. For those unexpected life events like hail, wind, deer crashes, fender benders, and the little things in between, we can help you ensure what matters most in your life. Let us help you design a plan that meets your needs and budget. Visit us online or call us at 1-800-569-0118 to learn more.
Coombs Incorporated in Phillipsburg, offering local and long-distance hauling, complete shop service, including an automatic aluminum polisher to restore and refurbish those aluminum truck rims to a mirror finish, and 24-hour towing service. Now hiring over-the-road drivers traveling 48 states. Excellent benefit and pay package. See Coombs Incorporated on Facebook. Coombs Incorporated. You call, we haul.
Farmer State Bank of Phillipsburg knows our customers. This is Bo Van Lunen, loan officer at Farmer State Bank. We offer personal and business banking to meet all of your consumer, commercial, agricultural, and residential real estate loan needs. Farmer State Bank combines great service with modern conveniences like online banking, e-statements, and mobile banking from our app. We want to get to know you and help you succeed. More bank for your buck. Farmer State Bank, West State Street in Phillipsburg. Member FDIC.
Your dream.
And this morning, we're going to be talking with the three ladies with the Phillips County Health System. Of course, always we're talking to Tara Overmiller, also Margie Nielsen, and Shirley Van Lunen. Margie is a lymphedema certified, right? Is that pronounced right?
That's correct.
Okay. And Shirley Van Lunen will talk about what's going on at the rehab. And Tara, we'll put you on first here to talk, kind of update on what's happening. I know everyone's really waiting to hear what the governor has to say tonight at 6:30.
Yes, we are definitely anticipating her speech along with, I think, all the other business owners and things of what is going to be going on. So we had our weekly COVID task force meeting yesterday with all of our partners in this epidemic. And so we are starting to make our plans, anticipating what she might be lifting of restrictions. But we're still kind of up in the air, just waiting to see what she's going to be doing. But our plan is very similar to what our plan was to roll out restrictions on lessening them. So they'll be very fact-based on what's going on in our county, what's going on in our state, and our surrounding states, what we're seeing, and how we roll those things out. We'll look at what CMS is suggesting, which is our regulatory agency over Medicare. But they're really starting to encourage us to look at how do we get back outpatient clinic specialties, how do we get back elective surgeries, how do we start offering these medical services that have been on hold. So we're making those plans, making sure that we continue the precautions to keep everybody safe. A lot of those screenings will stay in place, a lot of the extra cleaning and making sure we're wearing masks and things will stay in place, but we're looking at how do we refocus on the providing of medical care and of comfort care. So how can we reintroduce lane visitors into the hospital again? Or if you have a caregiver that comes to your appointments with you, those kind of things. How do we slowly reintroduce those things while still containing this virus spread and keeping everybody safe and secure? Sure. So, yeah, we're just making some plans that we're ready for whatever she announces, but we will go along with her guidelines. We have some authority to do things differently than her guidelines based on what's going on in our individual county. But, of course, we'll work with Pete Rogers and the EOC on what their recommendations are as well on how we do that. Sure. But we're starting to do things. The staff now can wear masks voluntarily. They don't have to wear them all the time anymore. Now that our one COVID patient in our county's been, I think he's been clear for a week now. So we've, currently have no cases in Phillips County. So we can kind of lift things a little bit and then really look towards the long term of how do we just kind of reopen things, reallow things. We have 2 outpatient specialists that are returning in the next 2 weeks on top of the ones that have still been coming. So We still have a few that are still closed down with their specialty clinics, but we're getting more of those reopened. And that's important because access to those specialty clinics when you're out here in the rural area is very important, that we can offer those services and get people in without them having to drive a long distance or any of that, and keep those appointments that are so important.
I've been hearing so much of that, that they're unable to come in there and everything that's going on, and it's really amazing. You don't realize what is going on when everything's normal, at the hospital and the health systems there. So it's been really a huge change. I understand there is some funding available now also, which Rex Walk said that he was very happy about that from the stimulus bill.
Yeah, so the SBA Payroll Protection Act, the first rollout of that we did not qualify for. But with the second rollout that they did, the new regulations around that allowed us to be qualified for that payroll protection stimulus with the SBA. So we were able to apply for that, and we are so thankful for our partners at First National Bank. We have to give huge kudos to Kent Culbertson and Greg Seville and all of the team that was working around the clock on those. I know they were churning them out and really helping a lot of the businesses here in town. But I know for us specifically, a lot of that stuff is first come, first serve. They really helped us get our stuff in. Our accounting partners at Simon Johnson and Lutz helped us with the applications. Sonia Aiken here, our payroll specialist, she did a fantastic job of pulling all of the necessary documents and paperwork together with short notice as soon as we knew we could apply for this. So we got it in really quickly. We were able to get those funds. So much to the relief of our staff, we have been on call-off mode where every employee from the top down, the providers, the nurses, the rehab department, the dietary department, everybody has been participating in the call-offs to help reduce payroll costs and help us weather this storm where we weren't having very many revenues come in.
Sure.
So starting at the end of this week, we'll go back to full-time status. We will remove the mandatory call-off. So that will help ease a lot of the burdens of our staff financially.
All right. Well, sounds like things are moving along. And as I mentioned earlier, I think all the candidates will be watching 6:30 tonight, whatever it's on, be able to see just what the governor has to say about opening things up. Anything else from your apartment, or do we have the ladies ready to talk now?
I'll just really quick. The clinic is closed this Friday, as we're sticking with the governor's regulations with the stay-at-home order and stuff. But we are planning on reopening the rehab department and the clinic on Fridays starting next week.
I'm glad to hear that, because I'm rehab, and I was going on. It worked out great Tuesdays and Fridays. I couldn't go on Monday and Thursday because I had these shows I had to do. So I Tuesday and Friday. I want to tell you, the other day when I went out, I forgot my mask, and I went in, and guess what? They gave me a K-State mask.
Oh, good. I'm glad they did. I think everybody should have to wear the K-State mask.
Yeah, well, I put that on. I put that on, and I took a selfie and sent it to my son in Houston, Greg, who lives and dies purple. K-State, and he sent me a selfie. He had a Texas A&M mask. He said, "I don't want this on anymore." He ordered, and I don't know if he got the K-State mask or not, but he said he told me to wear my mask with pride. And
I've been wearing my K-State mask as well, and I think that just made my day that you not only took a selfie, but it was with a K-State mask on. So, but that is something. If patients are currently coming to rehab or the clinic and stuff, we are recommending they wear face coverings. If they don't have one of their own, we are providing those.
Right, that's great.
And that's the current regulations. Those will probably change here shortly, but we'll go over on Monday all of our new regulations depending on what Governor Kelly says.
Okay. Now, my other son is a KU as much as Greg's a K-State, but you don't have any rock chocolate there. I didn't see. I don't.
We have all. It's been fun to see with masks. People's personality come through. You've got some with the Chiefs, some with KU, some with K-State. You got the leopard print going on. You've got all kinds of fun stuff. So it is fun to see how people have
really
embraced the masks and kind of made them their own.
It's a problem, and and the problem I have with a mask, I fog up all the time. I don't know what to do about that, but anyway, no. But yeah, it is very important to wear those masks. Okay, is that about what you want to talk about this morning?
Yep. I think we're ready to go to our rehab team.
Okay, so who do you want to go to first? Are we going to be? We'll put it on the same time. The only problem is face to face. I don't always know who is talking there. So.
Yeah, well, I think we can start. Shirley Van Lunen is a physical therapist assistant in our rehab department, and so she's going to kind of talk about how COVID has affected their procedures and what they're doing and precautions that they've got in place, and kind of go over that. And then Margie is one of the newer members of our team, and she is a occupational therapist.
Okay.
And it is Occupational Therapy Month, so we wanted to make sure we recognize that awesome team that we have, and she can kind of talk about some of the new services that occupational therapy is offering, along with all the other services that they have routinely offered.
Sure. Okay, Shirley, you want to go first?
Yes.
Okay, Shirley, thanks for coming on this morning. And well, what's going on? I've been out there. I see painting going on and moving furniture around and doing all kinds of things because of this situation. People coming in has gone down, but when I've been there, there's been 2 or 3 different people who are going to the rehab. You might just explain how things have been going.
Well, we have had a decline in patient services, but there is a lot of patients that do continue to rehab their total knees or hips. And I guess if you had spent the time and the effort to get a knee replacement, you want it to work the best that it could possibly work despite COVID-19. But because of the low patient census, we have been able to just do some extra things that we normally don't have time to do, like the painting and moving and kind of just sprucing up our department.
Sure.
We've also, after people leave, we normally wipe down things anyway, but we have been really diligent about cleaning and spraying things down, even more aggressive than normal. Also, we still are doing home health visits, so you don't see those people that are out of the department because they're in the patient's home. But we all have, when we do go in the home, we have very strict precautions. We wear masks because these people that are usually homebound, like we all have had a taste of homebound now, have a lot more serious health issues, the comorbidities that the people talk about. So we are very protective of them, but they need therapy, and they just seem to really appreciate the social visit. But like I said, we've been wearing the masks when we see them. And also, I just want to put a little plug in for everybody. Everybody feels very this is a very anxious time for a lot of people because we live in such a changing environment. It seems like from hour to hour, from day to day, we'll see what as you guys referred to, see what the governor has to say tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need to talk to someone, the hospital has a lot of good resources. So just give them a call, and we can refer you to Carmen Engel or somebody that you can visit with, or kind of to meet your needs. So I want to be sure and say that that's available too.
And it's changed. It used to be you used to have a doctor's order to go to rehab, and now, if I'm correct, the last 2 times I've just come in and they can sign me up, and you are covered with Medicare and then your insurance too.
Yes, that's
great improvement, I think.
Yep, that's called a direct access, and that was effective last summer. But there's a lot of people who aren't aware of it. So, yes, you can do that.
And I tell you what, I give you 110%, and a first-class purple ribbon on everyone out there. It's just great. They in the rehab, well, everywhere in the Phillips County Health System, but there, you have a lot of one-on-one contact there, and they, you really get the feeling they really want me to feel better, which is good,
Well, thank you.
I really, I enjoy coming out there. It gets a little, you can work and get kind of tired and stuff, but it's all for the good, So no, I really appreciate everyone you have there, and that's a personal. I've been real happy.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about? How's the new grandchild?
Oh, he is growing. He's getting to be a big boy.
Wow, that was good. That was great. And how many grandchildren do you have now?
Well, Roger and I have 4,
okay.
And another one's on the way.
Wow. Okay. Are you able to see him at all?
Just through media, through IT.
That's really tough that we can't, get close to our family. Like I was going to go to New Orleans over Easter to see my granddaughter. Well, that went by the wayside, and my trip, just really cut down. And I'll be glad when it gets so we can start doing things again. I really will be able.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Anything else, Shirley?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll see you this afternoon or someone out there.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah. Thank you, Shirley. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, Margie?
Yep.
Okay, now I had to look at that. That's lymphedema. Is that something new, or has that been around for a while? Or what does lymphedema do? What is your job, I guess?
Okay, so my primary job is to be an occupational therapist. I have a specialty training in lymphedema. So that's chronic swelling of a body part, whether it be arm, leg, torso, neck, anything like that. So I have some extensive training in how to treat that and get that reduced.
That makes sense. Okay, all right. So, but as occupational therapist, what does your job entail?
So in regards to Phillipsburg, we do inpatient, outpatient, home health and services at the Logan Manor. We do self-care, so people being able to take care of themselves, whether it be dressing, bathing, toileting. We also do upper extremity dysfunction, so anything with the arm, shoulder, wrist, hand. We look at mental health a little bit. We have pediatrics, and of course we have the lymphedema since I've started. So that's quite a list of things that we can look at for you.
Okay. Now, does that usually, can you show up again, just come in, or do you have to be, does a doctor have to get he or she into you there? How's that work?
Right. So, unfortunately, occupational therapy is not direct access yet.
Okay.
Hopefully, in the future, that will be. So, as of right now, doctor's orders are needed to access occupational therapy services.
Sure. Okay. That makes sense there. So are you in the clinic or are you in the hospital?
I do both. And, we go on home health and, like I said, the Logan Manor. So, we all help out with all the aspects of it. We have 2 other OTs that work there too, since we're recognizing Occupational Therapy Month, Heidi Skemper and Frank Burwell. So there's 3 of us that man the occupational therapy department there.
Okay, so if someone has a problem, they can come in and see the doctor, and then you go from there on what has to be done, right?
Absolutely. It can be your primary doctor, or should it happen to be a specialist, orthopedic or anything else, we can take orders from those physicians and help you get better in all areas of life.
Okay. How has this COVID-19 involved you? Has it created some problems? I know it has, but I mean, have you been able to work around some of these things?
Yeah, we've seen a reduction in outpatient, like Shirley mentioned earlier, but fortunately, we've been staying busy with what hours that we are working. So whether it be in the hospital or outpatient primarily, but beyond just wearing some masks and taking our hygiene pretty seriously, we're not impacted too heavily.
Okay, so April Occupational Therapy Month, or May? April?
It's April, yep.
We just got you on then. We just got you on. Today, this is the 30th. So anything special that you did for the month?
With all the chaos, I honestly didn't do anything too special. I remembered yesterday that it was Occupational Therapy Month, so.
Well, congratulations on that. What would, if you were during a regular time, would you have had maybe a coffee or something to get people together and kind of let the people know what's going on there? Is that what you usually do? Okay.
During Physical Therapy Month, I think we did like a little dessert bar, so we could have done something like that for our patients coming in. But, yeah, we'll have to double up during PT Month, I think.
Okay. Anything else, Margie?
Nope.
Okay, your background. I don't think we ever talked to you. Where did you go to school? Where did you get all your training and everything?
Okay, well, I'm from Nebraska. I went to the Southern Valley High School there, so not very far away.
You're Southern Valley. That's out the middle of nowhere. I did some basketball games up there. I drove and went through towns, and all of a sudden, here you're a beautiful facility out there.
Yeah.
But it's kind of out there. It's out there by itself, isn't it?
Yep, it sure is.
Okay, well, I didn't mean to interrupt you then. Okay, so you're in Southern Valley.
And then I did my college at College of St. Mary in Omaha. I have my master's in occupational therapy.
Wow, okay.
And that's still the minimum requirement. You could get your doctorate should you choose to.
Okay.
And then my lymphedema training I did out in Boulder, Colorado.
Wow. Okay, that's a hot spot out there now with all the COVID-19. Did you like?
Yeah, I was going to take another lymphedema class, and I've chosen not to right now because that's where it's at.
Okay, so, and then were you anywhere before you came to Phillipsburg?
I worked in Norton and Scotts Bluff for a short time.
Okay, all right. And now you're over here. How long have you been out here now?
Since July of just last year.
Good. Well, almost a year or so. So we welcome you, and just another thing that the health systems can provide to the people in there, and just stay safe. Anything else, Margie?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming on this morning. It really was great talking with you, and anyone they got to go to the doctor and then can be coming over to see you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Tara, are you still there?
I am.
Okay, anything you want to wrap up with this morning?
I just really appreciate you continuing to help us spread the messages. I think we're all getting a little fatigued with the COVID-19 stuff, but we do want to remind people it is still really important to stay home, wash your hands, use a good hygiene. We are not out of this yet. I think we're all anxious to when we can return back to normal, but I do anticipate we're going to have a new normal. What's that going to look like? And so just, to buckle down a little bit, stay strong. Our community has done a great job of preventing the spread, lowering that curve, and we just want to encourage people to continue to do that. We're going to continue taking the precautions here to keep our community healthy and safe, but it's going to take a county-wide effort.
It sure is, and so far, and someone says, "Oh, you had one," I talked to my doctor's son, and he says, "Dad, it's still out there," and he hasn't reared his head yet. So you really got to be careful. You have to assume, and again, that you've got it and everyone else has it. That's why you should be wearing a mask and everything. I really appreciate you coming on this morning, and I appreciate getting a Kansas State mask. And it's just we'll have you on again Monday. We can talk about what the governor talked about tonight.
Yep, we should have lots of new information on Monday. So hope people tune in, and we'll be able to talk about what our next step is on this fight against COVID.
Okay, we'll have you on at 9, and we have Mike Gower scheduled for 9:30. We never get him on when they have him scheduled because there's so much to talk about, but he's going to talk about schools, and we're going to talk with Pete in just a moment to see what he's anticipating. Thanks a lot,
That's great. I am looking forward to hearing what Mike Gower has to say next week. I think that's part of our plan is how do we help support the schools, and they're probably going to have new stuff coming on when their school opens. So we're looking at, how do we get the school physicals done that we missed and that sort of thing. So also parents, if you're paying attention to that, we do have a lot of information coming out on getting the school physicals scheduled here in the near future.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Tara. We'll talk to you Monday. You have a good weekend.
All right. Thank you, Tad.
Bye. Okay, now we're going to take another break, and Pete Rogers will be joining us.
Your dreams have been our dreams since 1884 when we first opened our doors. This is Lloyd Culbertson for First National Bank and Trust. It's a place filled with friends and neighbors who want nothing more than seeing you happy and better off. First National Bank and Trust in Phillipsburg, Logan, and Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, Solomon Valley Bank, Beloit. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Rogers & Associates Insurance, we serve the Midwest. We offer home, auto, commercial, and farm insurance policies and provide solid options for life and health insurance. For those unexpected life events like hail, wind, deer crashes, fender benders, and the little things in between, we can help you ensure what matters most in your life. Let us help you design a plan that meets your needs and budget. Visit us online or call us at 1-800-569-0118 to learn more.
Coombs Incorporated in Phillipsburg, offering local and long-distance hauling, complete shop service, including an automatic aluminum polisher to restore and refurbish those aluminum truck rims to a mirror finish, and 24-hour towing service. Now hiring over-the-road drivers traveling 48 states. Excellent benefit and pay package. See Coombs Incorporated on Facebook. Coombs Incorporated. You call, we haul.
Farmer State Bank of Phillipsburg knows our customers. This is Bo Van Lunen, loan officer at Farmer State Bank. We offer personal and business banking to meet all of your consumer, commercial, agricultural, and residential real estate loan needs. Farmer State Bank combines great service with modern conveniences like online banking, e-statements, and mobile banking from our app. We want to get to know you and help you succeed. More bank for your buck. Farmer State Bank, West State Street in Phillipsburg. Member FDIC.
Our final guest this morning, we're going to be talking with Pete Rogers. And Pete, of course, who is a Phillips County Health Officer. I know you are really anxious to hear what the governor is going to say tonight at 6:30. Any idea, any premonition on what might be coming down the pike?
Well, somewhat, I guess. We don't know exactly what is going to be still essential or actually what's still going to be non-essential, and there's going to have to hold off through phase one anyhow. We do have a little bit of an idea of what restaurants are going to look like as far as through phase one, and so,
sure.
Of course, they don't say anything specific. They lead you in a direction, and you make your own conclusions. So I'm going to wait until I for sure see it on a piece of paper before I
understand that.
Into it.
So you're just kind of waiting, and if they open up, what are your plans then? After you hear what she has to say tonight, and just what she says tonight, do you have to have a direct order then before you can do anything? Do you have to have something in paper, in writing, before you could do anything, or could you just take what she says tonight and go with it?
Well, and this is something that she announced in her press conference yesterday, was that what she will do today is issue another disaster declaration for the state of Kansas that goes through May the 15th.
Right.
And in effect, she'll issue an executive order following that this executive order will outline phase one of phasing back in and getting the economy opened back up. But in addition to that, it will extend all of her executive orders until the 15th.
Okay.
With that being said, the executive order that will go away is the stay-at-home order. That will actually be lifted, but there will be still rules that surround that as we move forward. Locally, what my plan is to digest that, and I really don't want to go anything any stricter than what they say, but we'll have to abide by what they put out. Except for the travel quarantine and that list of places to, I guess, avoid if you at all can, and if you do have to go there for business or whatever the case is, that you will quarantine yourself for 14 days upon your return.
Wow.
So that order will stay in effect, at least through phase 1, and we see how things are going from there. And so we are doing our best to try to get some of those areas or some of those counties that we believe people would like to frequent, and getting an accurate count on how many active cases they have right now, so that we can put a little better information out going into Monday.
Okay, and of course we're all waiting for that. Now this one order that goes through the 15th, that is not a stay at home. That's the one where the state could help local. Isn't that right? The one that would be in effect that she's going to leave in there.
Well, it's a little bit of a couple of things.
Okay.
There won't be a stay-at-home order, so to speak. There will be guidelines to opening up, and there will be person restrictions still for gatherings. There will be some businesses that still will not be able to open, and it'll all be spelled out in there with some guidance as well. So, just a minute here. I got to write something down.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. This is live.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Go ahead.
So there'll be some rules surrounding it, and so how we progress through these phases, and so another thing that's been out there is it basically consists of 4 phases. Phase 1 will begin on May the 4th, and it can end no sooner than May the 18th. And so they're looking at 14-day intervals. So what happens between May the 4th and May the 18th will determine how long that phase goes. And so they're being very, very cautious about, the early phases, so they don't have to back up.
Sure.
And look at how things are going. And so at earliest, if everything went the way that they planned it to, and in all hopes, we would be in the phase out portion, which phase out will be basically lift all restrictions around the middle of June.
Wow.
Right around June the 15th. So again, each phase as we get to progress through it, and it'll all depend on hospitalizations and the death toll that this is causing in the state, as well as the activities of folks, and so again, it's paramount that we stay away from areas that we know have great outbreaks going on right now, and stay in Phillips County. We got everything you need here in Phillips County.
I'd planned this summer. I grew up in Garden City, and I was going to make one last trip down the Garden this spring, just to see some friends and everything. And with all the trouble they have there, Liberal and Dodge City and Garden, that is not the place to be right now. That's for sure. Down in that area.
No, we'll continue to see that case count grow and grow and grow, but that's part of the nature of the way they're tracking things. And so we talked on Monday about whether there was a place we could go to find how many active cases each county has going on.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah.
We did not find, and we do not know of a place that is tracking that as a whole. If you're interested in a county in specific, you could go to their county website, and there may be some information on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
We are trying to track down some of those areas right now to, like I said, to put out a little better information. But As far as a website or any place to go to, we're unaware of one.
You can get a total count by going to Googling I don't know what it was, state health or something, and they'll show you each county there. How many they have, but that's just a map, and we talked about it Monday about if there was a county. Well, I appreciate you trying to find that out, and maybe down the road we can talk about that if you do find it out there. So,
right, if we find a place that has it actually that people report to or that they're tracking actual recoveries, we will for sure get that information out. But like I said, as of now, we do not know.
Sure. Okay. Fine. Anything else we want to talk about?
No, I mean, just everybody should listen to what the governor has to say tonight, and we'll figure it out from there and proceed however we've got to go. And again, we've gotten a little bit of, I guess, inside information, and we've been sworn to secrecy on it, and so I would love to share that with everybody, but unfortunately I can't do that.
Sure, I understand that. I completely understand that. Okay, so what we have planned, if we can work this out, is after you hear what the governor's going to be saying, and you already know some of it, either tomorrow or Saturday at some time, we'll do a special report with you and kind of outline on everything. After you have everything, figured out what our county be doing, then we'll hear on My Phillips County Online, and I can't say when it's going to be because you don't know when you'll have everything, but sometime tomorrow or Saturday, I hope that we can get on and maybe do a report on just what things are like in Phillips County, if that works out okay.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to do that.
Okay, so all our listeners, just check with us every once in a while, and it'll be on there. If you miss it live, it'll be recorded, so you can pick it up. And I think that's great that we can, after you have a chance to hear and get the plan out for Phillips County, and as soon as we find that out, we'll get on with it with a special report, either tomorrow or Saturday. Okay.
All right, that sounds great.
Hey, okay, Pete, I really appreciate, again, you taking time to talk with us this morning. And I hope things work out well tonight. I hope there aren't too many things you have to make decisions on. That's the toughest thing, I think, is, well, what do I do with this? So I hope things go well tonight.
Me too.
So, okay, thank you, Pete.
All right, take care.
Bye. All right, Pete Rogers there, Phillips County Health Officer, and I appreciate him coming on tomorrow, or we'll go on live, but it'll be recorded, so you can go back in and pick it up anytime and find out just what's going to be happening for Phillips County and what the plans are for that. We might mention one other thing, since we're getting close to a full hour here. We had Morris Engel on Monday for Phillips County Community Foundation for $5,000. And we were going to meet 5,000. Well, we went over that. So the Community Foundation has awarded another $5,000 to help out the food bank. So that would be, if it's totally, we would have our 10,000 would be met by 10,000 locally, 20,000 to help pay for the foods and so on for the food bank. We really appreciate the great outpouring on this. Morris was really happy, and as a member of the foundation, I thank everyone out there for really helping out with the food bank. And it was a match, and we went through 5,000 real quick. So that was already matched, and now we're in the second 5,000, and we approved doing that. So just another example of how we help our people out here on the problems that we have because of this. Well, that's going to do it for this morning. We'll be back Monday morning. I know Tara and Pete will be joining us. Also, we have Mike Gower, Superintendent of Schools, so he's telling us about what's happening over in Phillipsburg, and something else might come up also to be talking about. So you have a good weekend. Again, follow the rules. Stay at home and wear that mask, and we'll be here again sometime tomorrow or Saturday with a really special report on what's going to be happening in Phillips County after the governor talks tonight. So, and we thank everyone for coming on this morning, and also we thank Rachel for setting us up to do all this. And we'll be talking to you either tomorrow or Saturday, and again on Monday with the Tadpoll of 9.